with Phil right now. We're going to get his first impression of tonight and everything so far.
Oh, everything? Or just Dominic?
Just both. We'll start with everything so far.
Well, I'm probably the biggest skeptic in the group. So if I see something happen and say I felt something or saw something or experienced something, it's true blue. So I didn't have a lot of the same sensations that everyone else did. Probably the most interesting thing was we had introduced ourselves to all the PA assistants, and Dominic introduced himself to us, and he was very lucid and coherent, and seemed like a normal individual. And then we go to the car, and a minute later, maybe a couple minutes, we hear someone yell Roger's name, and then a minute later we find out that Dominic had, I guess, fallen down and convulsed, turned red. We don't have the full story because he's very shaken up, and we didn't feel that it was appropriate to interview him when he's not feeling well. But you and I went over to see if he was okay, and he just had his head.
It obviously looked like he was really traumatized.
And yeah, he looked pretty shaken up. So that's a pretty wild experience to see someone totally fine 1 minute, and then a couple minutes later, almost not able to speak. So that's the most dramatic thing that I would walk away from today, aside from seeing Roger almost fall into a pond. One step
beyond, man.
One small step for mankind.
One step, and I would have been pretty shaken up, pretty friggin' shaken up.
And what about you, Roger? What have you been able to take away from
Well, so far, I mean, I haven't been out here for 35 years. I felt kind of a peaceful feeling coming out tonight. The land, the house, everything just sort of feels normal and peaceful to me. Neat folks that live here, Flo and Joe, some neat people. We're meeting a lot of the local people out here now.
Everybody's been really accommodating and really helpful.
Yeah, again, what you said, very accommodating, very helpful. So we're feeling pretty good. We got the disappearing car shots. That's a recreation scene that we did. And just while all of you were exploring the property, I was talking to Flo and Joe to get to know them. Good. But anyway, here we go. Michael's pulling forward. But I say we
I can still keep filming while you're driving.
Yeah, it was a good feeling tonight.
Yeah, a great group of people. When I heard the age of Joe and Flo, I thought...
How old are they?
85, I believe.
Wow.
Is that correct?
Yeah, in their 80s.
In their 80s, so I didn't know, again, how coherent they would be, but they're very accommodating, as you said, and very nice. Hold conversations. The only time that Flo seemed a little bit shaken with her head in her hands was when we went upstairs. So
yeah, I noticed that too.
Obviously, that there's some kind of emotional baggage there, but the PAs are excited, and Mike is wonderful. We had some wonderful dinner.
Yep.
Thanks to Roger. So things are looking up. No car wrecks as of yet.
Knock on wood.
No, we're trying to get up. We're on the dirt road right now.
Okay.
We're trying to head up onto the main road. This is sort of the long, winding. I call it the driveway. It's actually a local road. But this is. I don't think we're on pavement yet. This is still kind of stone.
Like in between.
Yeah, in between. This is sort of stone right here. We're following Michael Rambacher now. He's the local historian and paranormal investigator right here in Olean. And we're about to get up onto the paved road here. Yeah, this is where
right where we originally shot.
Right. You know what? I'm going to say that this is where I had the accident 35 years ago. I'm sure. Because I remember this curve in the road right here.
Yeah, well, I may be skeptical. I don't want to be foolish and discount, the supernatural. So, whereas normally I don't wear my seatbelt at protest because I don't think the government should tell me I have to. After hearing about these wrecks and things of that nature, I've been wearing my seatbelt pretty constantly. And Mike said a prayer over us, which was nice, and gave us what was it? What was the
I forget what
stone.
Greg said it was.
Yeah, we gotta ask Michael.
It's something that he thought was representative of Michael, the Archangel, who, among other things, wages war against the enemy and demons. And I believe it was scented with oil from...
It had an odor to it.
Yeah, from the actual priest. And he had the authentic flask and everything. So that's an interesting piece of history to hold on to. So we still each have our little
I'm sleeping with it in
protection
my pocket
things in our pockets.
And we'll have them for the next 2 days while we're up here too.
Yeah.
Even when I shower, I may hang it from my ear.
Right. It's called We're Not Taking Any Chances. Even going down this road here, look at the fog.
Yeah. It's real eerie.
Yeah, it was ominous looking at the clouds rising up from all of the woods coming into New York in this area.
Yeah, I just want everybody to be safe on this trip. We are storytellers. We're not out to exaggerate anything. We just want to
Tell it how it is.
tell it how it is. The eyewitness testimony. We want to tell the stories about what people say happened up on this property. We're going to be also talking with Clara Miller, the former Clara Dandy, who lived in the home back in the early 70s when the exorcism took place on February the 14th, 1974. Clara, of course, wrote the book Echoes of a Haunting, A House in the Country, which she actually just revised. The book is coming out this week.
Yeah, as far as the timing, the book coming out, at the same time that we're shooting, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's great that happened.
But it's great all the way around, which is why I jokingly called us the Dream Team, because we had a lot of the principal characters from Mars Attacks Mount Pleasant back, and we had worked together for a long time.
There's good chemistry.
That's been a lot of fun. And that's, this has only been a few hours.
It was great getting everybody back together again. Sean coming in from Ohio, our production manager, having Greg back, Matt, who's on the camera back there, with myself, with Philip, and now we're adding, of course, Michael Rambacher into the mix, who's just been awesome.
He's been a really awesome guy.
All of the on-site setup leading up to today, that was all coordinated between him locally here and myself in Chicago. Just incredible what he was able to put together.
It's an interesting caravan because you have a New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania license plate. And it's a story of national interest to those that are interested in this subject matter. And of course, I'm from Pennsylvania. So after this, I think these kind of discoveries will continue into Pennsylvania, and who knows where from there.
Yeah, we've already got several more stories and investigations lined up.
Well, I'm excited about Lauraville. I used to be a camp counselor there years ago, as was Peter, my older brother. So that'll be a blast from the past, kind of like you here.
Yeah.
It hasn't been 35 years for me, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, to get back up to where you worked at one time.
All right, is that all then?
Yep.
All right.
For now.
Okay.
Ye
Old
UFO store.